International Graduate Show is an annual exhibition held at the Perth Institute of Contemporary Art. It showcases some of the brightest and most innovative emerging talents in the Australian art scene, represented by each of the institutions across the country. I should know all about it because I was featured in the exhibition in 2008. The most exciting thing about the exhibition for the artists involved is that for many of them it represents the first time that they get to show their work in an institution like PICA. So all of the challenges and the logistical learning that you have on site in installing your work in that sort of a context is it's a really good launch pad into professional practice. The selection process for this year's Hatch was really fascinating for me to get a glimpse at. As one of three different panelists on the selection committee for the exhibition, we had to comb through 56 applications that were forwarded, and from there we selected a final pool of 24 artists. So the applications showcased images of the artist's work alongside written statements, and for a successful consideration into the exhibition, the applications and the work had to demonstrate artistic merit and potential, and clear refinement and articulation of ideas both in written form and in the final works forwarded. And for me, I think one of the criteria that I was really keen on pushing and advancing was just this sense of innovation or excitement that I had around particular works. So I was really drawn into works that were idiosyncratic or had very particular and specific worldviews that felt fully formed. So that was a criteria that I was really happy to push. And I think with the final exhibition, you'll see a diverse range of artists represented, and each of those artists, I think, really capably demonstrates a point of view. There's also technical prowess and brilliance in a lot of the material processes used. And I think one of the themes which is really resonant, especially given that we've emerged from lockdown measures that have affected a lot of institutions around the world, one of the themes that came up in quite a few of the works is this notion of care and community. And I think a lot of the works in there really resonate with that theme. As an alumni of Hatch, I think one of my fondest memories of the whole experience was the sense of community just in being able to celebrate with the other artists from around Australia for the opening and through the symposium. It will be an interesting challenge to see how that is approached this year, just given some of the circumstances around how the launch of the show will be able to be celebrated. For myself, I think the symposium was a really rewarding experience because it helped to nurture a professional relationship with 4A Centre for Contemporary Asian Australian Art. Aaron Cito, who was the director of 4A at the time, was invited as one of the panelists at the symposium, and it's through his presentation that I sort of was introduced to the space, and since then I've been able to build a relationship with that gallery that I found very rewarding at exposing my own work on a national level. So I think it's those types of professional avenues and peer networks that you just sort of form just through this collision of minds being in the same sort of context together, that makes it very worthwhile. But also just the professional sense of accomplishment, that sense of satisfaction of having work installed in a space that I looked towards as a student. That was very humbling.